Hello, my name is Victoria Mutch and I'm an area manager and independent consultant with Arbonne. So you've been sent this video because either myself or someone in the team thinks that you could be a great fit for Arbonne. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, how I got involved, and then if you want to have any more information and any more conversation with the person who sent you the video, then please do so. This is just to give you a bit of a flavour about how I got involved in the business and if it could be a fit for you. So I was first introduced to Arbonne in August 2014 because one of my good friends had just started doing the business and she invited me along to a product launch event. So at that time I had no skincare regime. I had a couple of products that I use now and again, but they weren't high quality. I had no idea what was in the products and I was just uneducated. So I thought, my friend always looks great and fantastic, so I'll go along and see what products she's using because, I want to use the same ones as her. So when I went along, I then heard about the business opportunity that runs alongside the Arbonne products, and my ears were wide open. Because at that time I had just bought my first property and market prices in Aberdeen were really, really high. And, I had stretched myself a little bit with buying my property. And, I was just a bit nervous about how I was going to afford to pay for everything. So I was actually considering going back and doing an extra job waitressing because that's what I used to do before I went to uni, and I didn't want to go backwards. I felt like I was taking a step backwards doing that. So I was looking for something, but I had no idea that it would be in the form of Arbonne. So I heard about the products, heard about the ethics behind the company, that the products were all vegan, they were never tested on animals. The ethics of the company were just so forward thinking because it's a 40-year-old company, and to be thinking about these types of things 40 years ago was so forward thinking because the world is just only catching up recently. So I purchased the products, I became a customer for the first month and saw a huge difference in my skin, and others around me started noticing the difference as well. So I then wanted to purchase the makeup and some of the nutrition, so I decided to upgrade my account and become a consultant. So that gave me a greater discount on the products, and it also let me introduce this business to other people and share this opportunity with them. So within the first couple of months I got to district manager, which is the first level, and that allowed me to no longer have to have a flatmate in the spare room. So that was me getting between £200 and £800 a month at that level. So I was getting about £400 or £500 in rent at that time. So I was able to not have a flatmate and enjoy the flat to myself that I had just bought. So things were great. I was quite happy at that level and thought this is a nice bit of extra money. I was helping other people do the same. And then 6 months on, I was at risk of losing my job in the oil and gas industry because the oil price crashed. And that was something that I didn't see coming. House prices started to follow suit, and I was really concerned at this point. So I decided to upscale my Arbonne business. I wanted to help more people. So all I did was I showed other people how to get started in the business, and I built my retail customers at the same time because the customers that I had built already were already reordering. So I was getting a recurring income from their orders, but I was then started to show people how to do the same, and that really built up the other income side of Arbonne. So you don't get paid in Arbonne until that person's successful. So we have to help coach and mentor people before Arbonne gives us any sort of commissions as a thank you, and nothing is taken away from someone else. So it's a completely fair business, and if you come into this business and work harder than I do, you can overtake me in this business. It is a completely fair system, and that's something that a lot of people don't know or maybe have reservations about before they get started. So for someone like me who's a hard worker, in corporate, you don't always get rewarded for that. You can sometimes be putting in more and more time, for less and less money. And with Arbonne, the more effort you put in, the more reward that you see coming out because your effort is directly rewarded within Arbonne. So after 2 months, I was district manager, and then within the next 18 months, I pushed my business to the second level, which is area manager. And by that point, we'd been at risk of losing our job once. The next round of cuts were just around the corner, and by that point I was covering my mortgage and my bills completely from Arbonne. So I had that reassurance, I had that backup plan, I had that plan B, and I'm so fortunate that I had the foresight to start this business when I did, because it gave me lots of reassurance and comfort during that time. So if you have got any stress at the moment, whether it's financial, health stress, it could be anything. Lots of us are stressed at work. We're trying to push for more and more from everything. And we're just getting to the point where it's not manageable. We don't have a work-life balance. Some people do, but, normally we're living paycheck to paycheck, and, that can be very stressful. So what I show people in Arbonne is that there's another way. There's another way that you can earn money part-time. It can then be built up to something that can pay you more like a full-time salary, or it can be something that you just have that's extra cash on the side. It's completely up to you. So what I would say is look into network marketing, because it's the fastest growing industry at the moment. We are based in the health and wellness industry, which is $1 trillion industry, and it's growing by 10 to 13% year on year. So that is huge. People are not going to stop wanting to look younger. They're not going to stop wanting to be healthier. Obesity has tripled since 1975. I myself was massively overweight before I started doing Arbonne. The 30 Days to Healthy Living plan, along with me going to a personal trainer, has helped me lose weight. I still have more weight to lose, but I am much healthier, much fitter than I was before. So we are educating people on living a healthier life, using safer products, using more beneficial products. There's so much chemicals and nasty ingredients within products on the high street. It's time that changes. Some companies are making changes, but not quick enough. So with Arbonne, we are so focused on leaving a legacy for moving forward into the future. We are focused on zero waste by 2025. But we want to reduce the amount of plastic in our products by 50% by 2025. There's just so many things that this company is doing to push us forward, with the times, and to make sure we're leaving a sustainable place behind us. So Arbonne celebrates its 40th anniversary in January 2020, and that is going to be a huge year of momentum for us. The business has already grown in Q1 of 2019 by 25%. In times where left, right and centre businesses are folding, just this month, Jamie Oliver's restaurant chain's fallen, Debenhams is going into receivership. There's so many companies out there that are huge brands that are not managing to sustain themselves through this current climate. But Arbonne have grown by 25%. That's even bigger than what Amazon's growth was in the same time period. So people are starting to realise this is a smart business opportunity. It's online based. Yes, we do face-to-face things as well, but the business itself is online. You get your own website. Your customers can go online and reorder for themselves. There's training. We do training. I've got teams all across the UK, and other people have got them in other areas of the world. We do trainings online. It's a business that you can take with you. So if you relocate, if you have to move, if you're ill and you're not able to go to work, you can still build an Arbonne business. This is completely flexible to whatever you need it to be. So just keep an open mind. Ask some more questions. We can send you the full business detailed presentation, or you can come along to one of our events if you're local. And hear from some of the other leaders in this business. It's something I am so grateful that I took time to look at. I had to persevere 4.5 years ago, because not everyone believed and was supportive in what I was doing, and not everyone is when you first start this business. But I saw the vision, and I knew I had the belief to have something different in the future. I now have choices. I can decide what I want to do with my career. By the time I'm 30, my Arbonne income will be matching what my salary is, and I will have choices about what I want to do going forward. I can live my life before I retire. Some people don't get the opportunity to live to their retirement age and reap all the benefits of what they've been saving for years and years. So my generation are looking for more. They are not satisfied with the 9-to-5 job, work until you're 65, 70, whatever age it'll be by the time I get there. We want to be living our life now. We want it to be flexible, and we want companies to be thinking about their footprint in the world and where they're going and building a sustainable business. So if that's something that you're interested in, please go back to the person that sent you this video. If it was me, please let me chat through this a bit more with you. If the business isn't for you right now, it might be for you further down the line. It could be for someone that you know. So please, give me some referrals, and let's just get you using the products, because regardless of whether you do the business or not, you need to be using purer, safer products. So let's get you set up with a great discount. You can start enjoying the benefits of the Arbonne products. And if you change your mind further down the road and you want to take a look at the business, then it only costs you $5 to upgrade your account, which is brilliant. So either way that we can help you, just let us know, and look forward to either you purchasing the products or coming on board and joining the business very soon.